too. How are you all feeling today?
Pretty good. It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
Sunny out.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, it's nice out. But a little stress. Got projects and finals and AP tests, so.
How does that affect you?
Pretty tired. And we have the band concert tonight, so it's just things on top of things.
Yeah. It always feels like we're just going from one to the next to the next, and there's no time to stop and just take a break and calm down.
How are you both feeling today?
Today's not that great of a day, to be honest with you. There's a lot going on right now. We're coming up on finals in our AP classes as well as AP testing. So, and it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle.
It's about 50 days till graduation, and finals are coming up, and it's just kind of like that last hump that we're all trying to get over. And I'm still kind of, it's the fourth quarter, so the end is near. So there's a little bit of stress involved with that.
I agree with that.
How do you two?
Hey.
So how are you two feeling today?
Tired.
Tired. Oh,
Yeah, all the time. Tired. It's an alright day though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than most.
Better than for
Some.
a Tuesday, better than most.
How do thoughts of deadlines and approaching dates affect you?
Well, honestly, I tend to be a procrastinator, so like once you get down to the deadlines, there's more stress, but I end up working better. So I mean, it's good but bad.
Personally, my stress comes a lot, not just, I never felt like I couldn't handle everything. I felt as though I have this issue with pleasing everybody. So where my stress really derives from is this thing of just pleasing my teachers, pleasing my parents, and then ideally pleasing myself at the end too.
Yeah, I tend to slightly get more frustrated in class than whenever it's like something doesn't go like right away. I kind of get a little upset, and then it kind of goes downhill from there.
I get overwhelmed, and then I think I get distracted more probably because I'm overwhelmed, and then I can't focus on what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't know. And then I just like stress out or cry or something. I don't know.
Stress usually makes me withdraw a little bit into myself. Like I tend to not talk to my friends as much, or I tend to kind of draw away from my family a little bit. When I wake up in the morning, I might not talk to my parents as much or my brother as much.
Kind of like it builds up, like so then one thing goes wrong and then something else goes wrong, and on top of it like I have another project to do, so then it's kind of like it just kind of escalates.
My stomach gets upset when I'm stressed or when I'm worried about something or anxious, and then also gets upset when I'm like sleep deprived. So the stress on top of the sleep deprivation is really, it's not good for me.
It's very draining. I feel whenever I see my peers and myself when I'm stressed that you just see that energy run from you, and when you're doing a test or you're doing something important, that's when you need that energy.
On average, how many hours of sleep do you get per night?
I'd say I get about 6, maybe 7 if I'm lucky.
Do you find you need to recharge during the weekend and catch up on hours of sleep? Do you get time to do that?
Most weekends I get to sleep in till like 10, but then I feel like I sleep in too much, and then I'm like more tired.
Right, and then there's always that catching up on schoolwork because you slept in late, so then you maybe stay up later the next night and have to, you know, start that whole cycle over again.
How do your sleeping patterns change when there's something big coming up, or you have something the next day to go to?
I don't sleep.
They always say it's so important to get a good night's sleep and a nice breakfast, and I feel like that never happens.
Now, band is one of, I'm sure, one of many extracurriculars you're involved in. How does that and other extracurriculars affect your stress levels?
It definitely plays a role. Right now we have jazz band and concert band, and during the fall we have marching band. It's crazy. You have so much to do but no time to do it, so it just adds to the stress level.
And I work, which is a big thing in my life right now. So on top of that, and a lot of other things, just trying to, I work with student government as the president, and the workload in that is very overwhelming at times, and it's difficult.
Yeah, definitely running around from activity to activity is really hard, and then you have homework to do on top of that, and it just really is something that drains you.
Well, I know Facebook is big these days, so that definitely adds on to something that you feel like you have to do every day almost.
Kind of like it's a distraction. When I finally get to bed, it's kind of like, oh, I didn't check my Facebook today. Got to do that, and then next thing you know, you're like up for another extra hour that you shouldn't have been up, and then it feel like I'm wasting my time.
Technology takes up a lot of time and effort, and that could be put into many other things.
So how does boredom take a role in your life? Do you find yourself disinterested in certain classes with certain projects?
Well, I think the classes I don't love as much, it makes it harder to motivate myself to do the projects and stuff. But I wouldn't say I'm bored in the fact that I have time to just sit and do nothing, because frankly I wish I had some time to just sit and watch TV or something like that. But the classes that I'm less interested in, definitely it makes it harder to want to do the work.
I find that sometimes I try to be bored. Like, it's almost like an escape from the stress is to try to be bored, because it seems like the opposite, but then it's like it adds to the stress in the end. But
You try to take that time to just do nothing and be bored, but then you realize that, oh, I just wasted an hour watching a TV show, and now I have more stress because I didn't do the work I was supposed to do.
Exactly.
How do relationships with your classmates or with your friends or your family affect your stress levels?
Can I take that? I feel, especially this year, I feel like my stress level has gone up, and because of that, I started surrounding myself with people that are as well stressed, and that kind of we play off of each other. So I feel like once you're in that mentality of doing well, and you know, the classes that you take, you're with your friends, and your friends are also going to be feeling that pressure, and you want to help them, but you need to help yourself at the same time. So I think that it goes hand in hand. You play off of each other, really.
What are some other relationships that stress affects in your life, whether it's classmates or friends or even teachers?
Well, in classes like my AP English class, there's a lot of like really smart and intelligent people that I feel like I can connect with. So it's refreshing to go into classes like that. But then there's other classrooms where they're filled with people that aren't as motivated or don't want to listen or just talk nonstop, that aren't as advanced classes, and it's stressful to be around those people because I just kind of want to do what I need to do, and they're making that difficult for me. But.
And who do you reach out to when you're feeling stressed?
Teacher-wise, or just
anyone
anyone?
in general?
I would say I definitely talk to my mom a lot, just cry at her, and
Oh yeah.
Friends, good friends, I really can vent to.
What role do teachers play in contributing or alleviating your stress?
A big role in contributing, that's for sure. Think of piling projects on projects, and then the not collaborating with other teachers to like see what's going on in this class, is like, so there's millions of things to do at the same time.
But there's like one or two teachers that I have that try to help us through it. And they're like, oh, if you have a big project in some other class, or if you have like a bunch of tests this day, I can move my test and I can be flexible with it. But a lot of teachers, it's like, well, my class is the most important one you'll ever have, when I have like 8 other classes.
What are some other techniques that either of you feel teachers could do to alleviate some stress?
Well, definitely talk to other teachers. That's the biggest one I can think of. Or like just letting us know that they can be flexible with what they do in their hours and like when we test.